Hello, everyone. My name is Frank Anthony, and welcome back to Let Me Be Frank, episode 81. I don't know why I said it that way. I guess I'm in a better mood than I've been in the past, and I really want to hold on to that moodlet. I know, we can't be happy 24/7, but hey, you know, I want to try to be as happy as I can be for as long as possible. And then when the negative emotions come in, you just kind of, you accept them, you let them ride their course, and then you let them the fuck out of your system. Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Yes, where am I going? What's new with Frank? That's what I'm going to go into. So, yes, speaking of my mom, I'm not going to get into super detail. If it was about me, myself, and I, then yeah, I would. But it's not my full story to tell. I've just been affected in it like other people have been. But long story short, she fell at work and had to go to the hospital. So, and before that, I was really fighting off pretty much what felt like crippling anxiety. And I think that was connected to how my body was feeling diet wise and adjusting. But because she went to the hospital, it was like all my worry and anxiety, all that energy went into her. So I stopped feeling it for myself, and I haven't really been feeling it for myself now, at least for a few days. So yay. Yeah, I don't need the drugs yet. Not yet. I don't rule them out, but it's good when you can kind of, when you can get it under control, because that's not an easy thing to do. No, not at all. But yeah, so that had happened. That was something new. What else? I have a new Bookstagram account. So that's like a book Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, I know I already have a personal one, which is Let Me Be Frank Anthony, and I already have the podcast one, which is Let Me Be Frank Pod. But now I have the book one, which is all about, it's gonna be, I just did a giveaway recently actually, and there's gonna be polls you can vote on which book I should read next. I'm gonna put book reviews up there, what I'm currently reading. It's everything book. So if you're a big reader, if you're a fan of books, definitely go check me out at Franks.fiction. I was going to say period. I guess it's dot or period. I guess it doesn't really matter. But Franks.fiction. You can go follow me over there, and I will follow you back. Or at least I follow most people back. If you're like some spam or Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, or maybe it is. The Forex. If you're like a Forex account, if you're a spam account, I'm not going to follow you. I'm sorry, not sorry on that. So, before I get into today's guest, let's do a quote of the day. And it was submitted by Alexa H. So this quote is, "Not everyone has to be the chosen one. Not everyone has to be the guy who saves the world. Most people just have their life to live the best they can, doing the things that are great for them, having great friends, trying to make their lives better, loving people properly, all the while knowing that the world makes no sense, but trying to find a way to be happy anyway." And that quote is from Patrick Ness. Yeah, one thing I noticed with society today is how we're all kind of brought up now to need to be the best at something. We need to be a business owner. We need to be the next Elon Musk. We have to be a celebrity, whether it's through social media on TikTok or just in general. Like we have to be the next best thing. We have to be rich. But all that doesn't necessarily equate to true happiness. And everyone has a different definition of what happiness is. I used to think that being super rich was like, if I could just achieve that, no matter what I did, I was going to be happy. But that's not the case. I realized, yes, I want to write and I would like to be successful with that. But I also want a loving family and loving friends in my life. I want to be able to spend time with them. I want to make new memories with new people. I want to meet more new people that I can connect with in all different interests, whether it be reading or writing or working out or just, I don't know. That's all I can think of right now. Singing, whatever. Anime, any type of, any of my interests. It's nice to find different people, in all those different interests. And then you start creating different communities and all of that. So thank you, Alexa H, for that quote. And now we're going to go on to today's guest, which is my new friend, Felix Palafox. and we're going to go into his skincare company, which is Adonis Arcana. Oh my God. Did I say it right? I was saying he's not here. So there's a whole going into this interview. I feel so bad. I mess up the name a couple times because I always see it a different way. I see it as Adonis Arcana, or that's how I would know it originally, but I want to say it's Adonis Arcana. Yes. I was gonna I even put the dashes on the paper. I still can't. It's so bad. I can read almost anything. I mean, I'm a freaking writer and I read all the time now. And for some reason, this messes me up. It really trips me up. But I own some of these products now. I love them. You should go check them out. The link is going to be in the description below, and Felix will also say it in the episode as well. But go search. I'll spell it out: AdonisArcana. So you should definitely go search that as well. And like I said, the website will be in the description below. We're going to get into, how this company started. We're going to get into what it's going to look like in the next few years. And we're going to get into some ingredient stuff. I don't know why I have this weird, probably because I used to work with Pure Haven, which is a different skincare company and other product type of company. So ever since then, I used to always like getting into ingredients in food, but now I also like getting into ingredients of personal care products. I feel like that is really important. So with both of those, you really should see what's in your food, and usually the less ingredients, the better. So he gets more into detail with that. Without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy. Hey, Felix, how's it going?
Hey Frank, I'm great. You?
I am good. Thank you. So we have a lot to talk about. I do want to start off by saying thank you so much for coming on to the show. And I can't wait to get into, everything that we're going to get into. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I first heard you, oh my God, like 6 months ago, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
wow.
he's a really really cool kid. I'm like, okay, all right, followed. And now I'm on it. Like, I'm honored. I'm like, what's
Oh,
going on here?
well, I would say we're on like a more than one person. I'm honored to have you on the show as well. 6 months. That's crazy. Thank you for
Yeah, of
that.
course.
So let's start off with a little bit of a little icebreaker. If you were a novel, what would the back of your book say?
Oh God. It would probably say something like a man from two worlds, citizen of none, finding joy on the other side of fear.
Okay, I like
Just
that.
keeping it, you know, open ended.
I was like keeping it so that genre would be like memoir.
Yes, yes, definitely thinking memoir style for that book.
I would buy your memoir. I would.
Oh, well, I mean, I would hope at least that would be intriguing enough to have someone pick it up, right?
I mean, true.
Now we just gotta get a really good cover for it.
That's one of the most important parts. The little blurb on the background and the cover, which if you're on the cover, I mean, it's gonna sell.
I probably would be some like black and gold glyph. I put my picture like small, 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 like just the very back cover.
I was gonna say I no. No, that's not what I would do if I was you, but
Well,
yeah, but I digress. So you have a makeup and skincare company. So sorry.
yes.
I'm starting
No,
I'm
this is
starting to
great.
laugh because I so for people that didn't hear, so off camera, I was like, I want to make sure I say your company right. I'm just gonna address it head on.
Of
And
course,
I have
yeah.
such a different it's because I've seen these two words in other things and they're said differently. So then when you said the name, usually someone will tell me their name or the name of something. And I kind of had the idea already. I was just kind of like messing with them, kind of fucking with them a little bit. But this really caught me off guard.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% know what you mean. I mean, there are. I mean, we all have read those words that we've never actually said out loud, right? And when you finally get the balls to say them out loud, it's like, ah.
but I'm a writer, so people are really gonna make fun of me. They're gonna be like, he's not educated.
No, no, no. Actually, the pronunciation that we use is not the default. So
Well,
you'd actually be right.
so well, it's so sorry.
The
It's
listeners are like, what is this name?
yeah. They're like, we just want to know. Adonis.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. What is the name?
Adonis Arcana.
Okay. Adonis Arcana. I'll edit some of that other crap.
Oh my god, it was gold. It was gold. It was keep it. It's great.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. So,
Nah.
which I have it. I don't know if you had it right on hand. Oh, where's? I was gonna say I'm
Yes.
missing a piece. I have it on hand.
I brought my
Here, I meant to.
boxes.
Nice. I have it unboxed,
Love it.
but this was the. Is this still for sale? All three pieces together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We still have that. I'm actually working on some just like interesting little tidbits to add for like the holidays. Just make it a little special for the November, December months, but we'll see. No promises. No
Nice.
promises.
Yeah, I know. I I did like that. Can you tell us? Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so Adonis Arcana is a men's cosmetics line. It's really taking the inspiration of the archetype of Adonis and translating it to like just the everyday guy. We really came about from just the need the representation and how the beauty industry has been moving forward and starting to incorporate like there's brands that are featuring now non-binary individuals. They're specifically catering to that in their marketing. There's a lot of trans inclusion. If you think of brands like Milk Makeup, they do a beautiful job with that. Brands like Fenty Beauty, bringing in all of a sudden an unheard of 40 shades of foundation to incorporate different skin tones, right? So like there's this big inclusivity boom in the beauty industry, but like the guys are still just second thought, right? Like they're not really being talked to because there's the assumption that guys don't care. And so, working in retail, literally on the floor, like selling stuff and selling all of this, I saw like more and more guys coming in. I'm like, you know what? You need something that you can see yourself reflected in the marketing, that can talk to you in the way that you like to be talked to, that can translate the techniques that are all over like Instagram, YouTube, makeup artists to something that you can do as someone that's not necessarily going to do 6 pounds of makeup. So that's really where Adonis Arcana was born. Just bringing in the fact that Adonis is an archetype. I think of archetypes in like Carl Jung style. I don't know if you're familiar, but he was like Freud.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like Carl Jung the psychologist or Carl Jung the makeup artist or
No,
Carl
no.
Jung the next I don't
No, psychologist. I actually went to school for psychology, so
Oh, nice.
that really kind of stuck with me. He labels archetypes as like ancient global ideas, like mother. There's like that idea of the mother. If you think of that archetype way, mother, like sure you might have a physical person that represents that for you, or you might have an example that you can think of, but we're all aware that that's not necessarily the all-encompassing version of mother, right? There's these qualities that extend that are not necessarily physical. We're looking at Adonis in that way too, where Adonis as like masculine, sure, but like super sexy, really healthy, confident, a little bit of a hunter, a little bit of like a little suave, like okay, really feeling good and really kind of like your best self without necessarily attributing physical features to him. So no matter your age, no matter your size, no matter your race, no matter even like the gender you were born with, we all have a version of Adonis that looks just like us. And we try and help bring that out so that you can see what we mean.
Awesome. Yeah, that was one thing I really loved about not just the products themselves, but on your website, that message. I want to say it was on your website. I think I read it and I maybe
Probably.
and somewhere I read it somewhere. And yeah, I felt like that's such an important message. And I really like that that's behind your company. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I hope skincare companies and stuff don't start coming at me, but there's a lot. I've used so much skincare over the years because, people are trial and erroring so many different things to be like, what works with them and all that. And yeah, a lot of them just start feeling really generic and more like corporate. behind it, and it's like, I don't know, it's like I want something fun and and sexy
Yeah, of course.
while I'm spreading stuff on my face. Like, not all guys, yeah, I mean, like you said earlier too, it's just that misconception that, or that stereotype that guys don't care. Yeah, that it's like, oh, we just use soap and water and we rub our face with like a pig's ass. It's like, no, it's not how guys do that. No, we do care about our image too. It's just, yeah, there's, there's those certain stereotypes for men and women and everyone in this world. No,
Totally,
I was
totally.
like, everyone's discriminated against. No,
We all have something. We all have something.
there's some, yeah, everyone has a stereotype.
Totally. I mean, it's interesting because you have like at one point you think, okay, well, the stereotype guy just washes his face with soap and water and doesn't care anymore. It's like, okay, well, that has to come from somewhere. And I find that a lot of times it's because people like guys aren't educated on how to take care of their skin, and it's not something that, again, brands aren't talking to them. So how would they know that there's a better way? So a lot of times it's just really that inclusion that helps people like get in and enjoy themselves a little bit better.
Definitely. One big thing that a lot of consumers also like to pay attention to are the ingredients in their products. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process on how you came up with various ingredients, how you like decided these ones would go in over other certain ones? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first thing that I want to say is like it's all very story driven. So Adonis has the myth. You know, you have the love affair with Persephone. You have like Aphrodite being like a big figure in his life, where he ends up being her main partner. You have like the death of Adonis that created all these things. So there's a lot of bits in his story and that myth that inspired a lot of the ingredients that we use. So we have like roses to represent Aphrodite. We do use pomegranate for Persephone, queen of the underworld. The pomegranate seed
I
story is
love
like,
her.
yeah, I mean, she's my favorite. We have iron oxides as our pigments, based on like the myth of the Adonis River in Lebanon turning red from iron oxide once a year. It's one of those things that I want to go just to see this at some point, but there's a there's a point in the year I can't think of my head which where this beautiful river all of a sudden just flows red, so it looks almost like a river of blood. Sea anemone, it's algae and iron oxides to make like a red tinted water. I'm like, okay, well, we can't use those two, but we can use iron oxides. So that's our pigments. So we think about all of those things relating to the myth.
So, sorry, question. Yeah, why can't, yeah, you said there was a couple you can't use. Is that because of like their toxicity or something else?
Yeah, yeah. So some like sea anemone are actually super poisonous,
Okay.
and some
Like
algae
you'll
like
die.
yep, right. And algae, while it's really really good, it's also not something that's necessarily like immediately relates to Adonis. So we kind of
Oh, okay.
you know picked and choose a
We have
couple.
a theme here.
We do. Based on that, we kind of select a couple of ingredients that we like always have in the product. And whenever creating a new product, we think about like the five top benefits of skincare. So whenever you think about what causes skin aging, we think about free radicals. We think about inflammation. We think about older skin, more like damaged skin tends to read more textured, since they have color discrepancies. So we try to incorporate ingredients that will address all of those. And then, of course, as an extra bonus, we add an ingredient that's known as aphrodisiac. So we get a little bit of extra excitement for the formula in that way.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, yeah. So he's known as a pretty handsome devil, and he's like, it's a sexual story. It's so we bring in a little aphrodisiac to kind of spice things up a little.
Where are the products made?
The products are made locally in Boston. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's all super small batch, very like tiny, tiny, tiny for now. But
No, still, that's cool. Yeah, I like when stuff's, I mean, not that I'm like, oh, like China or whatever about like, but I do like when, like, I'm not trying to, yeah, like sound racist or something. Like, I don't want my shit from China. No, but I do like when it's made in I do like when it's made, locally, or I mean, it's even made in the same state, so
Right.
that's really cool. But to be made in the same country or on the East Coast or something like that, that is, that's cool.
Totally. I mean, there's a lot of great reasons for something like that. I mean, it's not even just it comes from China and you're like, I don't know, because that's a valid concern. But there's also like shipping costs internationally don't apply. There's no freight costs. There's no like
Yeah,
extra carbon emissions because you're shipping 20,000 pounds of product overseas. So if it's made locally, it's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit friendlier.
true. I agree. Yeah, Wish.com. No, don't sue me. Don't sue me.
No, my God,
I would say we've all purchased from there once in
we
our
have,
lives, at
we
least.
have. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes those deals are just too good to give up. Oh, like,
Yeah, but
ooh,
then,
that's a nice shoe.
it'll be, huh?
I'm like scrolling by and like, oh, that's a good shoe. Six
But then
bucks, okay.
it's like 3-4 months later, and
Yeah.
you'll completely forget you even ordered it, and you're like, what is this? And then it looks nothing like those memes all the time where they're like, what it looks like online, and then Wish.com version, and it's
Oh
like
God.
something completely outrageous. It's funny.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild. I've had a couple things that very disappointing. I still have one pair of shoes from them though. That's actually held up pretty good. But
Shoes, wow. It
yeah,
wasn't like two pieces of cardboard taped to
just
like
masking tape.
another. I'm shocked they were actual like things you could put on.
They squeak like crazy though. Like there's no
Oh,
sneaking around with those shoes. So I only wear them to the gym and that's it.
oh, gotcha.
Oh yeah, don't want to be giving away my location everywhere.
But you are at the gym though.
Yeah, but
Like
there's
the lunk alarm goes off when it's like squeak squeak squeak. It's going off.
I have you ever been at the gym when the lunk alarm goes off?
I've seen videos.
It's the scariest thing in the world. Like
Oh,
you
I
think,
bet.
I mean, I come from Mexico. We had in school we had earthquake drills all the time because
Hmm.
earthquakes are a thing, and it's one of those like you got to get out of the building in like 36 in under 30 seconds because it gets crazy, and if you can't, like you hide under your desk, and it's a whole thing. It sounds just like those alarms.
Oh
Oh,
God.
oh my God. I literally just stopped and froze and she's like, what's happening? What's happening? Just hang on to the wall. Like, oh, right.
Oh,
No earthquakes here.
oh no. Yeah, no, 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 no. I don't like doing things that cause my anxiety to hit the
No.
roof.
No.
But so yeah, in the last couple of years, we've been seeing more and more men use makeup, which when I'll grab the shadow corrector I'll show for everyone
Awesome.
on camera, but you probably couldn't see it super well. But with I'm not gonna lie, it was there we go, better shot there. I'm just a little bit farther away and there's like studio light and all that stupid shit. But I'm not gonna lie, let me be frank. I was so nervous to start using. I hadn't used makeup since I was in like an 8th or ninth grade play.
Oh,
So
wow.
so it's been a lot, and I'm 29 now. So it was this really, I was like, do I do the whole set? And I was like, no, Frank, like just try to do it. And then probably like 5 seconds after trying to use it, I'm texting, I'm like, Felix, how do you
Help
use
me.
this?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things that it's a new skill, right? It's a new skill for
Yeah.
a lot of us, and it's gonna take a little practice. And I'm here. That's one of the big things that I say about like the company is that like, sure, if you just go on the website, it looks great, it looks really pretty, it looks very professional. You're like, oh, okay, well that's sweet, but there's that human connection that's completely complimentary. So like, there's a contact me button in the website. There's a book an appointment button in the website where we can actually just talk, just like you and I are doing. And
Yeah.
if you need me to like put the mask on camera with you and we can go through it together, I'd love that. I would love that. If you want me to show
I
you,
didn't know that was an option.
yeah. Oh my God. I think I try to do like a couple TikTok videos, couple like Instagram videos, just to have it out there. But I'm readily reachable for anybody that has questions, that just has like a thing. Even if you don't make a purchase necessarily, say like you're just browsing through and you're like, this is interesting. Like, could I talk to someone about it? Yeah, for sure. There's no obligation to buy with those consults. It's really just about spreading the word.
Awesome. Yeah. See, if if it was me and people who didn't make a purchase, it's like, yeah, you'd maybe be lower on the list. I'll get back to you. I'll give it 4 to 6 days. No,
Right. Yeah. No,
no,
it's
but
cool. It's all
no,
good.
that is really cool, the connection. But yeah, I wanted to ask you what with the whole thing with men and makeup and that whole concept years ago that just was unheard of. What are your thoughts on the bridge between makeup for men and masculinity?
Well, you can't really talk about one without immediately triggering the other, right? Like if you think about men wearing makeup, the immediate like assumption is wait, that's for women. Like
Yeah.
what is a guy doing wearing makeup? And I think that's one of those things that I'm actually kind of happy to discuss with anybody at all times. Saying like, to us, masculinity and femininity are not opposites; they're actually complementary. So if you think of them like the spices of life, there is no anti-sugar, there is no anti-cumin. So why would there be something emasculating? Like it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
We all end up having masculine and feminine aspects to ourselves, regardless of what gender we are. That's whatever that specific balance is for all of us is unique to all of us, and maybe someone doesn't even relate to either masculinity or femininity, and that's another spice of life that's yours. And so it's not really about feminizing or triggering, taking down your masculinity. It's more about embracing your whole self.
No, I love that. What would you say to men who are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna," like, who aren't even willing to try that? Like, what would you say to them to kind of like maybe they can think more critically on it?
I would say, well, to be perfectly frank, most of the time, if they're not ready for the conversation, they're not ready for the conversation. So I'm not going to be pushing it. It's one of those release you to your highest potential. You'll be thinking about this for a little bit, maybe. Maybe you'll make up your mind and come back. Maybe you don't. You're just not ready. I try to usually respect that. But I always bring around the idea always comes up in my head of this day that I was at a beach. I was with my family, just walking by the beach like nothing was happening. I saw this beautiful, beautiful guy, just completely stunning. I mean, I was like 9, and I knew that this guy was hot. Like that's how pretty he was. And he had on a
Okay, so I was gonna say, so
right.
it wasn't last week and it wasn't me.
No, no, no. It definitely was not this year. This was like longer ago than I'd care to admit. Uh, but he was wearing this like bright pink tank top, and on big bold letters it said "Real men wear pink." And
I forgot
I
that was such a big issue.
it was a huge issue. I remember like being 9 years old, thinking like, "That's balls!" Like that guy is ballsy. That is some serious courage. That is some determination. That is some like,
And on a beach.
and on a beach. It's like, okay, really, that's if you break it down, masculine traits, like the healthy ones at least, tend to be about courage and determination and standing up for yourself and what you believe in. So I'm of the belief, might be a little controversial, but I'm of the belief that a guy wearing makeup is actually enhancing his masculinity by showing the confidence that it takes to go out in front of people wearing makeup and being exposed to the judgment. To me, that exudes masculinity, just that confidence,
Oh, I
right?
like that. I felt like that was pretty deep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's conversations that I've had in my head for like the longest time, and shared with a couple close friends, and they're like, you know what, you got something. Like, yeah, I think so.
So, oh my God, I have to say the company name. So,
Yes.
I am looking at a piece of paper here. Where, where, God, I hate myself. I'm so sorry. I'm such a fucking loser.
You're
Where,
not. You are not.
I'm so sorry to anyone listening or watching, and to you especially. It's like an opposite. It's like when celebrities win awards and they start thanking everyone. Mine's the opposite. I'm like, it's a sorry speech. Like, I'm sorry to my mother for birthing me. I'm sorry. all the people I've disappointed
No, no, Frank.
because I
Trust me
can't read.
now.
So, where would you like to see Adonis Arcana? No, fuck. Oh my god, sorry, one more time.
It's all good. Yep.
Ad- or no, you say it one more time.
Yes. Adonis Arcana.
Adonis Arcana. It's not even that hard. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's
Adonis.
breaking the like trigger to like say it the other way. It's
Yes,
all
my
it is.
brain is so stubborn on this whole other
Oh yeah.
verbiage. It's so annoying. I don't know
That's
why.
brain. That's
Like I
brains
know
for
I'm like
you.
kind of stubborn, but like damn, like that's like that's another level. It's like a subconscious level of stubbornness.
No. Trust me. That's actually pretty normal. That's like minds are just stubborn. We don't like changing our minds. We don't.
So Adonis Arcana. Wait, Adonis
Yeah.
Arcana? Yes.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
before I forget, where would you like to see Adonis Arcana in the next few years?
Well, I think I would love to see it at some major beauty retailers. I'm already kind of in the radar of a couple. But I think just like being sold at a big retailer that's known for like for beauty, for pushing the envelope, for being for being thoughtful and curated in their brand selections is great. Not something necessarily like a Walmart. I think those tend to be a little too big for us. Just like way too much like product that they need, but something smaller, something more boutique. That would be amazing. I have a couple options that I'm looking at, so we'll see.
Oh, nice.
But also, I would really love to see it in like barbershops because I think a lot of the guys that could really benefit from this and are wanting this don't actually know that it's an option. So I
True.
kind of I would love to be in places where I could meet them and actually like say, how amazing would it be for you to get your hair cut, get a beard lineup, and then they bring out the shadow corrector just to sharpen up that line and say like, hey, you just do this for the next week and it's gonna look like you just got it done. Like that would be amazing. That is definitely the goal for the next few years.
Awesome. I haven't been to a barber in like years. Do they because I know like at salons and stuff they have like the shampoo and conditioner and all the different products. Do barber shops have products like in their
Some of
shops? I don't even know. I years ago I never saw that, but I also went to like very white old man barber shops.
right. I mean, I think it depends on where you go. I've seen barbershops that are literally just like you go sit down, they spray your hair, and they do your cut, and like goodbye.
Yeah.
And I've also seen places where they like you sit down, they give you coffee while you wait. They give you like a nice magazine, some treats. You
Oh,
sit
what the
down.
fuck?
Oh my god,
I
yes.
never went there.
Oh, it's a great experience. They like hot towels. They'll do face masks, lovely shampoo. Like I've seen the gamut. So there's a lot of options there.
I'm about to call my stylist out. What the fuck?
Oh, you'd be like, yo, where's my hot towel?
Where's my biscuit? No, I gotta
Yeah,
eat gluten free now. A
gluten
gluten
free
free biscuit.
biscuit. Yeah, easy.
So I like the first question. I like to ask this question too. This doesn't have to be related to the business. This could be in general, or it could be related to your company. But what is one of the most important lessons you've learned in life?
Oh boy. There have been many. There have been many. I mean, I think it's really more about try and stay as self-aware as you possibly can because a lot of what we say and a lot of what we do, a lot of what we think isn't necessarily logical, but is more circumstantial. You know, just because you were brought up a certain way or you might tend to believe certain things, like always question what you think, always question what you're doing. Really make sure that you make purposeful choices.
No, I like that. I feel like I kind of could predict that was going to be part of your answer because it went with like your whole message and everything. So
Kind of, sort of. I mean, this is definitely one of those areas that I'm showing a lot of myself in the brand, and I'm definitely putting a lot of my heart, my energy, my soul, and experience into this. So it's Makes sense.
No, I could definitely tell when just with when I got the so when you I'm letting people know when they do order the products, not even giving the option of like maybe they'll buy the products when you go and buy these products to the brand that I have a hard time saying the name for some stupid reason. It's packaged so beautifully, and there's like a personal letter, and there's these great cards in there that talk about the products and some of the ingredients and stuff. So I can definitely tell there's a lot of love and care mixed in there, and I honestly don't even know how you do all this great work without it look like while making it look so professional. And I'm like, he must be working all the time.
Well, I will say the idea and the business actually started in 2017. So
Okay.
it was really like the concept business plan, like the actual nitty gritty of the business happened in 2017. I don't know if any if of your listeners can relate, but starting a business is expensive. It
Yeah.
is really really expensive, and just like the hunt for funding and talking to people, and like you only have an idea. We need proof of concept, and like, hey, sorry, we're not gonna give you anything because you don't got anything. It was like, it was really really devastating, and it gave me a lot. Like, it took me a lot of time to be able to like build this myself. So in those like basically 3 years, because we only launched this January, so in those 3 years, it was like, okay, work your ass off, save as much as you can, do things little bits at a time, and just visualize everything. So the cards were done actually in 2000, like November 2018.
Okay.
Things like the packaging was like finalized in early 2019, like February. Just like little pieces at a time. So it looks like a lot because it really was a lot, but it was over the span of like 3 years that I really was able to dedicate to the groundwork.
Gotcha. But still, I mean, that's still impressive. I don't know. You were like downplaying it a little bit. I was
I
gonna say
mean,
it's still. I'm trying to give you a compliment. It was good.
I'm still Mexican. Humility is a thing.
And I'm Italian, so I gotta like just push shit on you.
It's a good combination. It's a good combination. Yeah.
So, what are your social media links or website links or any type of links that you want to share for us to go follow and check out?
Yes. So the website for the products is www.adonisarcana.com. That's ARCANA.com. The Instagram is at Adonis_Arcana. Check them out. That's where most of the fun stuff happens. There's a TikTok with the same handle, but it's really Instagram that's getting all the fun. And my email, if any of you have any questions, want to set up a call to like chat about like men's makeup, what things are, what's in it, is Felix at AdonisArcana.com.
All right. Thank you, Felix.
Of course. Thank you, Frank. This was so much fun.
Hey, Past Frank here, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated on new episodes, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and if you'd like to become a producer or make a one-time donation to the show, click on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. I want to give a special thanks to my producers Monica Leigh, Alexa Hunt, Jennifer Herrera, Stephanie Lindsay, Kas Nolan, Alana Rasmussen, and Krisha. I also want to thank each and every one of you for listening to the show. Have a super special awesome day, and bye.